Hey guys, it's Sam, and I'd like to welcome you to the Read That Book Challenge. So this is something that Sarah Jane of the Book Life and myself are doing, and it's kind of like a buddy read, but not. So basically, for a long time, I have been begging Sarah Jane to read The Night Circus, which is my favorite book of all time. And she hasn't, until recently. I will link her video on the screen. But she finally decided she was going to read it, and we decided, wouldn't it be fun to kind of challenge each other to read some of our favorite books or books that we really enjoy that the other one hasn't read yet, just to kind of force them to, but also in a nice way because we've wanted to read these books that we know the other one likes and etc. And it's also just kind of a way to sort of buddy read without buddy reading because schedules are difficult and it's hard to kind of coordinate reading and stuff, especially since Sarah Jane lives in a totally different time zone than me. So this is a buddy read system without it being a buddy read. It's because one of us has already read the book. So, and then we're gonna vlog the whole experience. So every video like this that we'll do, it'll be a vlog of us reading the book that we were challenged to read, and then we will challenge the other person at the end to read the next book, so you can kind of follow back and forth. So, I was challenged by Sarah Jane to read Nevernight by J. Kristoff. Additionally, my Patreon VIP pick for this month, which is when one of my Patreon supporters gets to tell me a book off my physical TBR to read, any book. It's more than just the poll, because there's also a Patreon book pick poll every month. But in addition to that, someone gets chosen in a raffle every month, and that one person gets total control to choose a book off of my TBR. They also chose this book. So both Sarah Jane and Emily Grace, two people with two names, like there's a lot about this that basically is like the world's telling me like you need to read Nevernight now. So I know a lot of you have been begging me for a while, and I've kind of not, out of just the level of hype and pettiness, because when someone tells me to do something that I'm already gonna do, then I just kind of get mad. But since these two lovely ladies told me to do it in a way that I sort of give them permission to, then I'm pretty excited about this. So this is day one of me reading Nevernight. It is the morning before work. You guys will probably get used to seeing this hoodie if you haven't seen me in vlogs before. This is kind of like my around the house hoodie. It's an N7 hoodie from Mass Effect if you can't tell. But I have to wear, you know, different clothing that I wear in the house versus outside because I have 3 animals, all of which are around me right now. But I have been waking up kind of early and not going to the gym so much anymore, but doing like a more calm morning routine, more restorative yoga, and then having like a little time to read in the morning because a lot of times I get home from work and I'm exhausted. I don't want to read. So I just started this, the first chapter. Here we go. So chapter 1 I've actually read before, I think on a Kindle version when it first came out. Maybe I got a sample or something, I don't remember. But I just knew I didn't like it on ebook because it was harder to read with, like, I think there's footnotes in this book and stuff like that. So I didn't want to read it that way. But I do find it interesting that the first chapter really sets the stage for the entire book, in that it's the same girl and she's having sex for the first time and murdering someone for the first time. It's like, oh, this is what we're doing. Okay. But I mean, the writing is already really good and all this stuff, and I'm definitely pulled in. And considering that I just DNF'd on another book and was not really enjoying that, the fact that chapter 1 I'm already like very intrigued is obviously a good thing. And I knew this. Everyone telling me to read it wasn't because I didn't think I'd like it. I didn't put it off because I didn't think I'd like it. I just put it off because I was like, I already know I'm gonna like it. Similar to how I felt about Vicious. That's why these books take me so long to read. I'm also intrigued by the fact that like the beginning says that she's already dead. And someone is talking about loving her, which I already have a theory that it's like death or something. Like, so yeah, I know nothing, but death or that cat maybe. So yeah, definitely already intrigued with this. So it's a couple days later. I haven't really had a chance to like vlog my reading as of yet in the last couple of days because I just read like in snippets before work a little bit, or like a chapter before like bed as I'm like about to fall asleep. So the week is not the best time to do this. I'm gonna probably get more reading done over the weekend. Although I'm gonna be out of town this weekend. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But so far, you know, only a couple chapters in, but this book brutal. It does not pull its punches, and it also points out about how it doesn't pull its punches. I just read a line about Mia's mom basically being like this really cool spider. Like it's a metaphor, you know? And I'm like, this is so cool. Like it does speak to me. And the whole like tagline as well is yeah, just pulling at my heart. So yeah, like I predicted, I am liking it so far. I'm like 4 chapters in, but it is speaking to me. I'm very, very intrigued by it. And the fact that Mia is like an actual assassin who kills people. It's always a good thing. So it's Saturday. I haven't had a ton of time to film snippets of this between when I started reading this book and now, because I've just been working and I've only read like a little bit, like half chapters at a time. But I'm getting a little bit of reading done today. I'm in Philly to visit Mari because she's in town for a conference. So in some downtime, I might read like a chapter or 2. But I'm about 70 pages in. So far, really liking it, and it's brutal, which I was expecting. Like, all of these things are not surprising to me, but it's surprising maybe to me how much I'm enjoying it. I mean, I just really didn't know. I knew what to expect and I didn't, if that makes sense. So far, really liking it. Not really sure where it's gonna go, but definitely like how dark it is, which I knew I would. So I'm back from Philadelphia and hanging out with Mari, and I'm spending the rest of my Sunday rotating between reading Nevernight, editing videos for the week so that I have those done and scheduled for the work week, and watching Doctor Strange. Because hanging out with her and talking about Marvel and the Marvel Cinematic Universe and media events and stuff in general had me like even more so wanting to finally catch up with the Marvel MCU, and because of like Endgame and everything coming. So I need to watch Doctor Strange, and then I need to watch Infinity War, and then I'm caught up. So I decided, since Doctor Strange probably isn't going to be that great, like I never really wanted to watch Doctor Strange, but everyone's been like, you kind of need to for Infinity War. I'm like, fine. So I'm gonna like watch a little bit of this, read a little bit of Nevernight, blah blah, just kind of like rotate through the rest of my day. But I obviously haven't had a ton of time to read, like in general, so I'm up to chapter 8, and they just got to like the assassin school, stronghold, whatever the case may be. So still highly enjoying it, still very dark. A lot of mix of sex and violence with this. It's kind of a goth dream, I feel like, in that way. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it. I mean, I don't care about the sex stuff, but you know, the violence is fine. And like, the world seems cool. So I just read a chapter before getting ready for work, and Mia just got her arm chopped off. I feel like it might get put back together. I won't lie. I flipped ahead a couple pages to be like, are they gonna fix this? But I'm not sure that they are, and I have to go to work. Like, I have to get ready. I have to put makeup on my face. I have to brush my teeth. I have to go to work. So so I haven't had a ton of time to vlog my reading experience, and I'm sorry about that. I know this is a reading vlog, and I haven't had time to vlog, but I can't choose when I'm reading the books. So hopefully you're enjoying this like hobbled together thing. This weekend I'm thinking I'll have more reading time. It's a whole weekend. Just me. Relaxing, not going out of town, not doing any like crazy errands, hopefully, although I am on call one of the days. But hopefully no one calls and I can just read the whole weekend like I want to. But anyway, Mia got her arm back. Wonderful. I kinda thought that she would, so that's great. And Hush is like maybe the person that's killing people. Well, he's already killed the one. She wasn't scratching at all, and then I started like vlogging and she decided she wants to scratch her really noisy collar. Thank you for that contribution. She's sorry. So it showed a scene where Hush was like listening to her and Ash when they were out, and he was all like had his knife and creepy smile. But I'm wondering if it's a red herring and like Hush isn't actually the one. Maybe he's trying to like help. I mean, they're all murderers, so are they really trying to, but like maybe it's just a red herring. I don't know. I don't want to just like say that it's Hush killing people or killing one person. I'm sure more people are gonna die. I just predict that as a thing that's gonna happen. I mean, obviously people are gonna die in the books, but more of that like acolytes. I feel like more of them are gonna die. Anyway, so yeah, that's that. And then, what's his name? I forget the main guy's name that also is a Darkin and has a like Darkin wolf. Cool. I feel like Mia might have a big like crush on him, and I'm like, I feel like he's too old, but you know, whatever. And what else have I read? What other things? Oh, so one thought. So far we've seen 2 very disfigured women, And like I said, they're women. And I'm like, why aren't the dudes disfigured, Jake Kristoff? So I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like I don't think that it's necessarily anything like super intentional. But you know, stuff like that doesn't necessarily have to be. It can just be someone's like unknown underlying stuff. So I'm like, stop disfiguring your women. Even though they're super, like, the one's pretty powerful, the Weaver or whatever, creepy, gross. But yeah, really enjoying like the atmosphere. I just wish I had more time to like binge read it. I'm thinking I'm gonna have more time tonight. I don't really have any like errands or anything to do, so I'm hoping to actually get some reading done now, actually, before dinner, and then some reading after dinner. It's just like a reading night in general. So we'll see if that works. But those are my thoughts thus far. It is a very gloomy Thursday. So we've now been introduced to Spider Killer, who I love. Poisoners are always like my favorite, and usually my favorite teachers, and poisoner assassins are my favorite. Like if I were to be an assassin, I'd probably choose poison. It just sounds really fun. So I just love them. She reminds me a lot of Mistress Shade or Apple in the Red Sister Book of the Ancestor series by Mark Lawrence, which is another like assassin school type series. So she's great. I love the trope of poisoner teachers poisoning their classes. Like you see it all the time, but I love it. It's like one of my favorite school tropes. I'm like, there's a poisoner, she's gonna poison her class. Like I love it. And this, I mean, I don't even know who's more brutal, her or Mr. Shade from the other series. Like, both. So I really enjoy that. And yeah, now they're all off getting their house points, basically. It's like the equivalent of like Harry Potter house points at this point, you know, getting all their marks and whatever. So enjoying the whole process, and just, it's always fun. Again, similar to the Book of the Ancestor series, you know that this person that you're watching learn things is going to become the most like badass assassin, but on their way, it's not like easy or perfect for them. So I'm always like, what is she gonna succeed at and what is gonna go horribly wrong? Mood. I'm trying to stretch before work using my bed frame to help with my splits. And we have a cat, we have a dog. Can't do anything in peace in my house. It is finally Sunday, so hopefully I will get a ton of reading done. This is how much, this little art, is how much I have left of Nevernight. So obviously still really enjoying it. Have a few updates of stuff that I read last night. So the library, super cool. I'm very much enjoying the library situation. They just revealed how since the library is like Death's library, there's books in there that have been burned that aren't supposed to be there, and books that were never written and stuff like that, which I think is such a cool concept. And the fact that it just is always changing, and there's bookworms, which are giant beasts, and it's just such a cool library. So I know I'd heard people talk about the Nevernight library before, and I was like, oh, it's just a big library. No, this is different, and I really enjoy that. Also, I just read a sex scene, and I am somebody who typically is like, I do not like reading sex scenes. I find them awkward, sometimes disgusting, even if they aren't supposed to be. Like, it's just not something that I enjoy. I do not enjoy smut ever. This was not a bad reading experience. I wouldn't say that I was like, oh, I needed that scene, you know, but it was not, I wasn't grossed out, which was a nice change. So yeah, apparently that's a well-written sex scene in my opinion, because I feel like it added more to the story instead of just being like, whenever I read a sex scene, I typically think it's just like, stop, now we're doing the smut part. It's a totally different writing style. It's just all around like gross. I don't want to, oh my god. I usually am just like, I can't. And this was not bad, which is astounding and a revelation, honestly. I'm really hoping to finish this book today. I'm on page 261. Don't know if that's gonna happen today. It's kind of like a errand day, like around the house errand day, chore day. I guess errands around the house are called chores. So I'm doing a lot of that in between reading, but I'm hoping to get a lot of this read because I do want to finish this weekend, since I don't have a ton of time to read during the week. I said I wanted to get a lot of reading done today. Well, I'm on call for work, and I just got a call, and I have to go down to the beach, which is about an hour and a half away, and do some informational stuff, potentially a sign-on, and then drive back. Being on call is the worst. That sound in the background that you may or may not hear is my cat eating. So, I've gotten to the point in Nevernight where I kind of feel like I don't want to keep reading because I'm nervous. I'm probably like 80% of the way into it. That's my dinner. And I just feel like shit's gonna hit the fan in a really bad way and I'm just not ready. Mia is working on Spider Killer's like formula, thinks she figured it out, and then went to go see Trick, and just like, I feel like hid the formula in like a bad spot, so I feel like Jessamine's gonna go and steal it because she made a big deal out of it, unless it's all a red herring and she did that because she's gonna try to like poison and kill Jessamine. I don't know. I don't know. And since this story is very like not going the way you would typically think it would go, I'm kind of like, okay, is she not gonna end up being a Blade even though she's the best assassin like ever, because you would expect her to be a Blade but she's not going to be, you know? And I just don't like seeing like failure and just the people that you're watching not succeed, and I'm just very nervous about the whole thing. And also I just don't have a lot of time to read right now. It's again during the work week, and well, the whole week's a really busy week is what I was trying to say. So I can't really get stuck at a point where like it's the point of no return. I have to keep reading when I feel like this book's getting to that point and I don't have time to do that. So I'm just a little stressed out about my reading experience. So I haven't read the book in over a day because it's just getting to the point where I know shit's about to hit the fan and I'm just fearful. Tally, do you need to sneeze every time I start filming? I'm just fearful. I just know that like bad things are gonna happen, and what if she doesn't become a Blade, and there's a good chance she won't because this whole book is full of like red herrings, and what's gonna happen with Hush? Is that anything gonna get resolved? And are you really gonna stretch on me, cat? I sit down to do this and like all the animals are like, now's the time to be all over you. And I just like, I don't have a lot of time to just be able to binge read it if shit starts hitting the fan. Like I don't have time. Like I literally don't have time. So I'm like, I'm just like putting it off, but I also don't want to put it off because I want to get done before this weekend since I'm going out of town this weekend and I want to start a new book, and that's my cat rubbing their head on me. So, and now my phone's ringing. Like, what is happening right now? So I don't have time to like read if everything starts hitting the fan, but I'm gonna want to, and there's just a lot that's not resolved, and I'm just very nervous, but I'm making myself read a chapter right now. I haven't read anything. I didn't read anything last night. I didn't read anything this morning. But I'm making myself. I just feel as though her formula is going to get stolen by Jessamine, and it's just going to be stupid, and I just don't want to deal with it. And I have like 100 pages left. I'm just not ready. Hi, you're now seeing me post-shower, right before bed. I read a chapter. I was nervous the entire time. My assumption was true that she was actually just planting the poison that was a fake poison to kill one of them. I thought it would end up being Jessamine, but I guess, like, she's gonna be a more long-term villain. So, makes sense. I'm also... I had to do an angle change because I have a needy cat. I also am, like, distraught because I've resisted or attempted to resist shipping Mia and Trick like the entire time because I'm just like, this is not a book for love, you know? And so now when she like basically forced him to beat her and he's like, you're manipulating, and I was like, she wasn't until just this moment and she did it for you, and I'm just like upset. And she needs to do the poison, but what if she gets screwed over in all this and doesn't become a Blade? Like, I'm really thinking that she's, like, not going to be a Blade, even though, and it's going to be one of those, like, yeah, she's the best assassin, but she's not even a Blade. I don't know if I can deal with that. I don't know if I can deal with that. So, and the whole, like, warning about, like, the Red Church takes things from you, and it's going to take everything and then give her nothing, and she's not going to be a Blade. I'm just nervous. So, yeah, like I said, I don't have a ton of time to read. So... yeah, I'm just trying to read like at least a chapter or two a day to get through it. I'm going out of town this week. I'm going to DC. So I was hoping to bring a new book to DC, but if I can't get my shit together and overcome my anxiety about what's happening, it's not gonna happen. And I don't want to bring a book that I have like 50 pages left of to a trip, you know? Like I just want to bring like a brand new book. So we'll see. I just need to have strength, and yeah, I have like 2 days until I leave for DC, and they're 2 like long work days, so, and one's a travel day, really. I have a full day And then the next day in the evening is when I'm leaving. So like, will I finish this? Probably not. I don't know. This cat is the neediest animal. And he always chooses like right when I'm gonna go to bed. The whole night I've been available to him and he's been sleeping in here on the bed. And now he wants to, you know, rub his face on the camera. Thank you, sir, for your contributions to this reading vlog. So I'm about to head out the door to work. Tally's very sad about it, obviously. But this morning, I, again, forced myself to read more because I'm just nervous, and Mia wouldn't kill the boy, which I'm like, Jay Kristoff, at the beginning, didn't you warn us that this, like, isn't a fairy tale and that she doesn't have any morals, but you keep showing us that she does? So what is the truth? But, yeah, like, what I didn't suspect that it was Ashlyn and her brother doing the things, but I'm like, okay, so Hush was red herring all along, and it's really them taking down the Red Church, and I kind of want them to succeed, but then I don't, but then I kind of do, and then Mia's obviously gonna figure out what's happening and come back, and Trick died, did he really? Like, whenever you don't see someone get, like, actually buried in a fantasy, I'm always like, they could not be dead. And Ashlyn, like, kissed Mia, which I was like, ooh, and yeah, it's just like, I don't know. So I know that she's probably gonna go back. Probably. But it's not even just Ash that was like, you don't belong here. You know, I don't think you need to belong here. It's also like the librarian who's dead, like I mentioned, with the dead library. I'm like, even the library. Huh? So that's cool. But a bunch of people kept saying like, she's not for this place. But she got Spider Killer's thing, which I'm very like, I love it. What's going on with Hush? Is she gonna team up with Hush? What's gonna happen? I just don't know. And I just don't have a lot of time, like I said, to read. I'm not gonna have a lot of time tonight, then I'm leaving tomorrow. But I want to read a little bit of it tonight because I just wanna know. But I'm probably not gonna finish it tonight, but I just wanna know, and I'm just very nervous. I'm just very nervous. Sorry that Mommy has to work. But you wouldn't have this bed to lay on if Mommy didn't work. Okay, it is now the evening, post-work. Am I wearing the same outfit? Yes, because this is my house outfit. When you have animals, you have to just put on different house clothes so that all the hair doesn't get everywhere. It's a trick that you learn. But I'm continuing to read because I'm like, you have to read this and figure out everything that happened. So Mia very quickly figured out that Ash and her brother were behind everything. I'm a little concerned because I think her mentor might be getting attacked down in the house because she's like, I hear all this noise and he's cursing, like the worst curse word I've ever heard. And I'm like, I don't think he's mad. I think something's happening to him. So I'm concerned. Here's our little friend who always has to bother me when I'm filming. But of course she went out like through the window, so she's not gonna know. She's probably gonna come home and he's gonna be dead. So that's gonna be great. I just have a feeling that's what's gonna happen. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But she just killed a bunch of the Legionnaires using the bookworms, which was like genius. So that's great. And now she's gonna go take on more of them. So yeah. Still not convinced Trick's dead. Maybe he's not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And yeah, I don't know. I'm very nervous about everything. She's killing everybody, which is great. Good for her. And yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if I can finish. I probably won't finish it tonight. I'll probably read a decent chunk and then have like 20 pages left for tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, and again, are her and Hush gonna be friends because Hush was really never killing anybody? What's going on with Hush? These are things I need to know now. So it's Friday night before I'm gonna leave for my trip, and I have 20 pages left of Nevernight, and so I'm gonna finish that. So I'm gonna wash my hair, and then when my hair is like kind of drying, I'm gonna finish it. So this is just proof that I can sometimes look cute, in case you guys forgot, because I know most of this vlog is just like me frazzled, just putting in little snippets of my thoughts. Here we are surrounded by animals. Why? I just don't even know how to like properly vlog this yet because of this like reading challenge thing. So I'm still trying things out, seeing what you guys like, seeing what I like, seeing what I want to comment on, see if I want to keep it super spoiler. I probably will, because it's just like, how am I supposed to vlog my reading of a specific book when and then not put spoilers in it. So yeah, I'm probably not going to change that, but this is just like, it's an experiment. It's a journey that you're on with me. But yeah, they're all licking me. Like, one's behind me, one's on my lap. There's purring everywhere, which is very soothing for the nervous system, but I'm just like, stop it. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish it, so I can take another book with me on vacation. And I'm very excited to see what happens, because right now they're kicking ass and taking names, and I just want to know the secrets, which I probably won't get any because probably saved for the second book, which I heard ends on a big cliffhanger. So I probably won't even read the second book until close to when the third book comes out. That sounds smart. I see you. I see you. Like, this is not necessary. So, overly needy. Overly needy. Okay, I have finished Nevernight, and I have also finished packing for my trip to DC, so here we go. So you're welcome to everybody who's asked me to read this for like the last couple of years. But I obviously enjoyed it. You could tell that through the whole vlog, and I knew I was going to enjoy it. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't in a hurry to read it, because I'm like, I know I'm gonna feel about it. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I want to go into reading with like some mystery to it about my feelings. I want to be like surprised, and I wasn't shocked here, but I also didn't know anything about this story before going into it besides like Assassin School, and I really enjoyed this. It reminded me a lot of Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, but definitely a different way. It wasn't like they were really similar or anything like that in the way that it's like these are the same kinds of stories. So I really liked that. And again, I probably won't read God's Grave until closer when Dark Dawn comes out, because I don't want the cliffhanger at all. But as far as the ending, love that she kicked ass and she's a blade. Yay, wonderful, awesome. Ash got away, so she's gonna be a thorn in their side. Is Hush gonna still be her friend? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Nave got her face fixed, which I'm also still like, J. Kristoff, why are the only like mutilated people in this book women? Why? And Cassius died right after being like, I'm gonna tell you all the secrets, because that's what always happens. When people in fantasy books are like, I'm gonna tell you all the things, all the secrets that you need to know, they die. Just like anytime someone tells Jon Snow anything, like, when I come back I'll tell you, they die. So I was just kind of like, I'm not shocked, but I also am shocked, because I'm like, I thought you were gonna be around more. I had to change sides because my arm was getting tired. But now she has a magical shadow wolf and a magical shadow cat, and they don't like each other and they fight. I'm just like, wow, it's my house. Although Tally loves the cats, and the cats love her except for Kit. Kit doesn't love her. Binks loves her. He tolerates her. Anyway, side note. So yeah, I really enjoyed that selection from Sarah Jane of the Book Life, because that's who challenged me to this book, but also my Patreon VIP pick for this month. It was a double whammy. So, because this is a challenge video, a read that book challenge video, now it's my turn to challenge Sarah Jane to read a book, and she sent me her TBR, a picture of her TBR, and I was like, there's so many things I like on this TBR. But I think I'm going to challenge her to Graceling by Kristen Cashore, because she already read The Night Circus, which is a book that I read before BookTube, and I also read Graceling before BookTube. I heard about both of them on BookTube, but I wasn't personally making content for BookTube. So this is the theme I'm sticking with. So, Sarah Jane, I challenge you to Graceling. I hope you love it. Also, like, read the whole series, because there's this, like, continuing thread through all of them. Anyway, they're, like, companion stories. Anyway, it's fine, but I'm only challenging her to Graceling. So go watch her video when she gets that up of Graceling, if you're watching this later. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and this reading vlog and everything. So comment down below, let me know your thoughts on Nevernight. I will also be posting, it's probably going to be the same day, probably, a actual review that's more like succinct and professional and everything. So if you want my like reviewy type thoughts, you can see them there. But comment down below, let me know if you liked this reading vlog style, or if there's anything that you like would like to see more, or something like that. I can't show like my life during the week because I work, and that's, you know, I only have little snippets and stuff. So last couple of weeks weren't really good for like reading vlog footage, but it just kind of depends on when I'm reading and everything. But if there's certain tips that you have for reading vlogs because you watch a lot of them and they're like your jam, let me know. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon.